Toto Steve Porcaro thought parts of Human Nature were horrible at first. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. Today marks the 9th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. While I was working on this video, my 14-year-old son Chase came up to me, and he's done a lot of Toto drum covers on the internet. He heard me editing the Steve Porcaro interview, and he said, "Dad, you know it's the 9th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death, right?" And I looked at him bewildered, going, "Yeah, that's right. I knew that all along," as I'm working on Human Nature today. Well, the band Toto were all over the album Thriller. Steve Porcaro also did the synthesizer programming for the Jackson-Paul McCartney duet, The Girl Is Mine. Also Beat It, The Lady in My Life, and Human Nature. Steve Lukather worked on at least 4 tracks, so did David Paich and Steve's late brother, Jeff Porcaro. Here's my chat with Steve Porcaro on Human Nature.
You know, when I wrote Human Nature, it wasn't like, this is the one. Hey, everybody, I've written the one. It was just another tune, okay? But...
But whoa, wait a minute. Okay, no, stop now.
Okay.
No, come on. Like, when I first heard, I was just talking to Jonathan Cain a few weeks ago about Don't Stop Believin', and I said, come on, you must have known when you were writing. And I'm going, you must have known, though. Steve, you must have known there was something about that song.
You know, I thought the ba-da-da-da-da-da-da was a nice melody, but the verse melody I thought was horrible. When it was just my own lyrics, it was just very personal, and it was just another one to me. I'd written a batch of like 3 songs, all in like a span of a couple weeks, and it just was one of those 3. I didn't see it as a standout at all. It truly was, Quincy kind of heard a demo. I would have never played that for him. It was unfinished.
Well, I know the story of when those cassettes started coming out where they'd reverse themselves, because all the audiophiles, dude, wanted those cassettes.
By the way, I gotta clarify something. I said in that interview, that happened. Now, this is me, what's the word? Quincy Jones, this is me listening to a Quincy Jones interview. If you listen to the Thriller, I don't know if it's the 10th anniversary or 20th anniversary that they interview Quincy, and he says how he heard Human Nature. You know what I mean? And the only thing, I know that I had David's song on the opposite side of the cassette. Now Quincy never said that he never said that auto reverse kicked in. He just said he listened to the cassette and then left it there, and then all of a sudden Human Nature kicked in. So I'm assuming it was an auto reverse thing. You know what I mean, right? It must have been,
It had to be. Does your daughter go around saying, "Hey man, that's about me"?
No, she reminds me every now and then, you know what I mean? When she's asking me for shopping money,
No, when I heard that, I've heard this story multiple times because I keep watching that clip on YouTube. But there is that thing of, you're right, it's hard to tell I think she was 4 then. It's hard to tell a young girl that boys can be mean sometimes, or somebody can be mean sometimes, and for them to sort of comprehend that concept, because it's a foreign concept to them.
Exactly. How do you tell her that the boy probably liked her? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just wanted her attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably because he liked her. Boys are real smooth at that age,
Well, yeah. It never stops. I've always had a strong appreciation for Steve Porcaro's work on Toto. He was on that very first album in 1978, right up until the 7th one in 1988. On the latter, he was a guest musician. He came back a few years ago to tour with the band and appeared on what some people call their comeback album, even though they never really went away, Toto XIV, which proved that they age just like fine wine. In 2016, Steve Porcaro released his first solo album, Someday Somehow. And Toto just released 40 Trips Around the Sun, a remastered greatest hits package with 3 unreleased tunes. The band's 2018 40 Trips Around the Sun tour starts on July 30th in Vancouver, BC, Canada, and wraps up in Lynn, Massachusetts on November 17th. Go to totoofficial.com for details. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos, and go to our swag store if you're looking for a Rock History Music t-shirt. And as always, we're looking for volunteers. There'll be links in the description of this video for you to go to our Facebook page and contact us via that page. We'll have part 2 of our conversation with Steve Porcaro talking about human nature on the 9th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death coming up in a few hours. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.